it's Lulu's turn. Lulu's going to help us with sorting today. She looks like she'd be a good shape sorter, doesn't she? She could at least figure out the dog bone shaped items, as in snacks. Yep, Lulu. Okay, today is Friday, the 24th of April. We're going to be working on lesson 102. So hopefully you're doing okay from yesterday, that we're not too traumatized from division and all that craziness that we were working on yesterday. Remember, daddy, mama, sister, brother, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. And you'll just have to keep with it, keep practicing. It will click, you will get it. I wish that I was in the classroom with you all so that I could help you all through that, because I know sometimes at the end of third grade I would have students get a little bit frustrated with that process, and they're like, I just can't remember what to do next. But hopefully your parents are being great teachers to you. I know they are, and just know I'm praying for you as always. Okay, today we're going to talk about sorting. This is a little bit of a goo goo gaga lesson, which we like, or a lesson that I call a brain break, because it's not extremely difficult concept, but it is more difficult than the shape sorters you maybe played with when you were 2 years old, where you were trying to figure out, does the triangle go into the triangle shaped hole, or does it go into the square shaped hole? This type of sorting is trying to figure out how someone has put things into groups and why. So if we were in the classroom, what I would do is bring students up to the front, and I would have them sorted into two groups. Maybe it would be kind of obvious, like it's boy group, girl group. Maybe it would be tennis shoes or sandals. Maybe it would be, I would have two groups separated by colors. Maybe there's a red group and a blue group. Could be any one of those things. But in math, when we're talking about sorting, you're going to have to try to figure out what the rule is. You know how when we have done skip counting or number sequencing, we're trying to figure out how many numbers is in between, or what's the pattern, or how are they counting. It's the same thing for math in sorting groups, but the reasons can be different. So let's take a look. We'll do lesson practice to start. Sometimes the answers are like super simple and you make it harder than it is. Let's look at group A and B. It says to describe the sorting rule for the numbers in these two groups. Okay, so here are the numbers. We've got, for group A, we have 10, we have 60, we have 40, 20, and 70. For group B, we have 12, 23, 74, 31, and 58. Now, just looking at these two groups of numbers, do you see clearly and quickly what the difference is? The difference is group A are multiples of 10. That means it's going to end in a 0. They're counting by tens, right? And so that's going to be considered the sorting rule. You don't have to tell how group B is different. You just say group A is a multiple of 10. Sometimes they're going to sort numbers into even and odd groups. That's one way. We'll see as we go along. Sometimes there's word problems that involve sorting. Let's do B together. It says Jill has a collection of action figures. Describe some ways she could sort the figures. So I came up with some ideas of different ways that if you had a big collection of superhero figures, how you could do it. You could put them into groups of good guys on one side and bad guys on the other. What if you wanted to break it down into whether or not it's DC or Marvel? Maybe you would like to do it boy superheroes and then girl superheroes. Or maybe you could break it down into even more groups by saying what kind of power do they have. Maybe invisible, flexible, walk through walls, can change, blah, 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 blah. That could go on and on. Okay, so when they ask for a sorting rule in in one of your or in your math homework, be thinking about how they've broken them up into groups. Number 13, they've done this. It says describe the sorting rule for the numbers in these two groups. Group A, it's the numbers 0, 1, 4, 5, and 8. Group B is 10, 32, 35, 57, 79. A possible pitfall is you're going to try to be figuring out like a pattern, like a sequence, like how are they, you're going to make it too hard. When they're asking you for the sorting rule in that problem for number 13, they want you to know that group A has one digit. One digit means one number. And then for group B, the numbers are 10, 32. Sometimes you're going to be looking at those numbers and thinking, how are they counting? I can't figure this out. That's not what they're looking for. They just want you to state the obvious. Group A has single digit numbers. Group B has double digit numbers, okay? So end of story. That's all you have to put for that when they're asking you what's the rule. Okay? I guess that's it for now. See y'all soon.